Here we have a parallel circuit. The power supply has been set at 3 volts, and you notice that the reading on the voltmeter is about 3 volts, 2.97, and as with voltage, you just probe either side of the element you're trying to measure. Now, since if you look at this, the wires are in parallel, so we have the green on the right side and the yellow on the left side. That forms one side, your two sides of the ladder, and then the light bulbs are the individual rungs of the ladder. Now you notice at 3 volts that the brightness is about the same for each light bulb, and you might notice that the brightness is a little brighter than when we had 3 in series at 3 volts. Okay, now what about the current? In order to measure the current of the power supply, we need to break apart the circuit, and notice what happens when I do that. All the light bulbs go out. Okay? So that way I know that once I put in my ammeter, that I will be actually measuring the current of the entire circuit. So when I connect the ammeter, you notice that the light bulbs all turn on again. Okay? And then the reading of the ammeter is actually 0.312 amps. Okay, so 0.312 amps for the total current coming out of the power supply. Okay, so notice it comes in one side into the meter, out the other side of the meter, and then on towards light bulbs. Now, what do you predict will be the current in each of the light bulbs? Let's measure that now. Okay, so I have to disconnect the one light bulb. Notice the other two are on. And this light bulb is out. So that tells you that you're only going to be measuring the current of the light bulb that's out. And so I have to put my meter in between right there. And once I do that, you notice that all 3 light bulbs light up again. Okay, and the current reading is 0.108. Remember, all 3 light bulbs are of the same type, so 0.108. And then I think you can predict what's going to happen in the other 2. So again, I'm going to measure the current in just the middle one. Notice the other 2 are on, and just the middle one there is off. So I have to put the current meter right there in between that post and the green wire there. And when I do, the current reading is 0.102. And again, notice that the 3 light bulbs are all on again. Okay? And finally, the last one, I have to put my meter in between that post there and the green wire. You notice that you can tell you're doing it correctly because the other 2 light bulbs are still on, and it's just that last light bulb that is off. Okay, so when I put that on, all 3 light bulbs are now lit, and the current reading is 0.98. Sorry, 0.098. Okay, about 0.1 again. Okay, so in each of the 3 light bulbs, we have about 0.1 amps of current, and then coming out of the power supply, we had about 0.3 amps of current.